Need you for the old me. Need you for my sanity. Need you to remind me where I come from. Can you remind me of my gravity? Found me when I'm tumbling, spiraling, plummeting down to earth. You keep me down to earth.
Hey you guys, I'm back with another video. No, but for real, I just wanted to come to you guys with a video about my whole experience with my labor and delivery, because no, I'm not pregnant anymore. I had my baby girl July 3rd, yeah, which is the day before the 4th of July, which sucked being in the hospital on the 4th of July. Okay, so the last time that I made a video, I was 37 weeks pregnant, like 37 and 3, 37 and 5, I don't know. Go to the previous videos so you can see me trying the whole castor oil to induce my labor, because I got the okay from my doctor to go ahead and try my own inducing methods, because if I didn't go into labor by 39 weeks, then they were going to induce me anyways. And like I said in my last video, I'm not with the whole Pitocin medicine to induce labor, because it makes you have contractions. Like, I don't know how to explain it, but I just heard that the contractions are way worse than if they had came naturally, if that makes sense. So I turned 38 weeks. Like, every week I would turn like another week on Mondays. So I turned 38 weeks the following Monday after I had posted the video. And like I said in my last video, the castor oil method just did not work for me. I did not go into labor. I just had like a light cramping, and that was about it. And it sent me to the bathroom. Like, I stayed on the toilet, because castor oil is a natural laxative. So I don't know, it's supposed to send you in labor, because it's supposed to like make your uterus contract, or I don't know, but it's supposed to send you in labor. But it did not work for me just using the castor oil alone. So me and my sister decided that, you know, I was over it. I was ready to have her. So I tried another method called the Midwives Brew. I'll leave the ingredients to that below. But basically it consisted of apricot juice, but unfortunately I couldn't find the apricot juice in Walmart. So I just substituted the apricot juice for mango nectar. If you can't find that neither, I've seen that other people use pineapple juice or grape juice. You just need some kind of juice. So yeah, I just used the mango nectar because that was beside where the apricot juice was supposed to be at. So I was like, I'm gonna get that. But you're supposed to use castor oil, lemon verbenium or something like that. But it's kind of hard to find that kind of tea. It's a tea, but it was kind of hard for me to find that. So I just used the Tezo Zen tea. They have it at Walmart, and it contains the lemon verbenium inside of the tea. So I use that, and you have to use almond butter, because the almond butter is supposed to basically stick to you better, so you won't go to the bathroom, since you are still using castor oil. Which for me, I didn't go to the bathroom. I blended it up, all the ingredients in a blender, and it made like a big cup of this stuff, and you're supposed to drink it all within 30 minutes. Y'all, I could not. Like, I mean, I drunk most of it, but it was so big. I got to about like almost to the end, to the point where I was just like, I can't drink it no more, because I was about to literally throw up, because it was so nasty to me, and it was so disgusting that I just could not do it. But I drunk most of it though, and yeah. So I drunk most of it within 30 minutes, and I waited a while and went to lay down and watch a movie with my sister and my cousin, because literally we had been trying all weekend and all that day to get my labor to come naturally before I tried the Midwives Brew. And I wasn't really having any problems, like light contractions every now and then. They were so sporadic that I just knew that if I went to the doctor or the ER, that they were going to just send me home, and I was like, I'm not having that. So yeah, I took the Midwives Brew on a Tuesday, like Tuesday night, but they said that you're supposed to take it on an empty stomach, so they recommend that you take it in the morning, just in case you eat something and it's that nasty, it'll make you throw up, and you just did all that for no reason. So yeah, but I took it at night after like my food digested and all that, because it says it's not supposed to make you go into labor until 4 hours to 48 hours. So I'm thinking like, okay, with me, if it works, I'm not gonna go into labor until the next day or two, so I'm not gonna worry about it or whatever. Y'all, like, I literally came in my room to watch a movie. Actually, it was Little, with my sister and my cousin, and the contractions just started coming left and right, left and right, left and right, left and right. Mind you, I was already 4 centimeters. I had been 4 centimeters for about 3 weeks straight, and I wasn't making any more progress after that, like, period. So they just started coming like left and right, left and right, and I'm just like, I can't handle this. But I was determined not to go to the emergency room until I just could not manage the contractions myself at all. So I just decided, okay, I can't lay down anymore. Let's go walking. So I put on my clothes and everything and went walking with my cousin and my sister. And we're walking, and the contractions are just coming like every 2 minutes while I'm walking. I'm just keep on stopping because they're getting stronger. And at first, the contractions were all in my stomach. Like, they just felt like my stomach just kept on tightening up real bad, like real bad period cramps. And I was just like, okay, I think I'm in active labor. But even then, I was just like, I'm not finna go to the hospital yet, because I can still manage it on my own. Because I really did not want to go to the hospital, be in labor that for a long time, and having to lay down on that bed, uncomfortable bed, not being able to move or anything, da da da. Because I had already made up in my mind that I did not want to have the epidural. I wanted to try to do it natural, since that's not something that I did with my first two children. So I was just like, I'm going to try to do it natural. So maybe if I do it mostly at home until I can't manage it anymore, by the time I get to the hospital, it'll be to the point where I can't even get an epidural, and I won't be tempted to ask them to give me an epidural. So yeah, that was my method. But the contractions were just like so horrible that I was just like, I can't walk anymore. I can't do it anymore. Let me go in the house and take a shower and see if the shower will work for me better than, walking, because walking is just intensifying these contractions. So let me go take a shower and see if that'll help. So I took about a 10-minute shower, just standing in the shower, like really just trying to breathe through every contraction that I was having. And for the most part, the water running on my body helped me to manage the contractions, on top of, using different type of breathing methods, and just, trying to manage it the best that I can. So when I got out the shower, it's just like the contractions went from every 2 to 3 minutes to every minute. They were coming like back to back. And I'm like, you know what, maybe it's go time. Like literally I had took the Midwives Brew an hour ago and I'm already having contractions every minute. So all of that BS of it'll make you go in labor within 4 hours to 48 hours. No, it took me into labor within an hour. And mind you, I had told my mother to just go out and go on a date because she had already had plans. So I was just like, well, you don't have to worry about nothing. By the time you get back from your date, I might want to go to the doctor, or maybe nothing won't even happen. So go on to your date. And I live an hour away from where her date was. So I'm in active labor and my mother is gone with the car. So I ended up having to call my aunt. Well, my sister called my aunt and asked my aunt to come and pick me up and take me to the hospital. I could have easily called my boyfriend to come and get me to take me to the hospital, but he lives 30 minutes away from where I live, and I was just too scared to wait. So I was just like, you know, my aunt just lives 6 minutes away from me. So I was just like, let's just call her. So she came very fast, and on the way to the hospital, the contractions were steady like coming. That's how I knew that I was like in active labor, because the contractions weren't doing like they were doing before. They were still coming constantly and consistently every minute. So we get to the hospital and they check me into the labor and delivery department in the triage section or room or whatever. And the nurses come in there and do my vitals and asking me questions and everything. And she says, well, I'm going to go ahead and check you to see if you made any progress or dilated any da-da-da. So I just knew in my head that I'm going to be about a 6, 7. These contractions are coming like this. I know it's about time to have her. I know it is. I know. Was I wrong? She checked my cervix and I was literally still at a 4. I was still at a 4, y'all. Still at a 4. Can you say pissed off? Can anybody in the back say pissed off? Because I was beyond pissed. I was beyond it. Like, why the fuck am I having contractions like this and I'm not dilating anymore? I'm still the exact same dilation that I was 3 weeks ago. So she's like, oh, okay, well, you're still at a 4, so I'll check you again within the next hour. And if you made any progress, then we'll go ahead and get you in a room or whatever. So I'm like, I'm still monitoring my contractions on the little monitor that they had, because they had hooked me on to the monitor for her heart and the monitor for my contractions. And I'm still having contractions consistently every minute. They're coming back to back and it's not stopping. So she comes back within an hour and she's like, well, you're still at a 4. I'm going to come back in another hour. I'm like, are you fucking serious? Are you kidding me? At that point, I was so pissed off. I was just like, if they try to send me home, I'm going to nut the fuck up. I'm going to nut up, like, for real. I'm going to go off. Ain't no ifs, ands, or buts about it. I'm going to go off. Period. I'm going to go off. So if they try to send me home and tell me to do it at home, and then if it gets to the point where I can't handle it or whatever, come back, we're going to have a problem. they're going to see me act a fool in here tonight. Yep. So she comes back in another hour and she's like, well, you're still at a 4. But I was like, I'm having an allergic reaction. I have got to be having an allergic reaction to this antibiotic medicine that y'all put me on because I was GBS positive. If you don't know what that is, look it up. No, it's not an STD. It's just a bacteria that women carry that it doesn't do anything or have any effect for them, but it can be potentially dangerous to the baby. And yeah, so they put me on antibiotics to make sure that if I did go in labor, that I wouldn't pass it on to her and it wouldn't harm her. So they had me on antibiotics, and the antibiotics that they had me on was making me itch so bad. Like, I could not stop scratching myself, like my arms, my hands, my head. Like, I'm literally like scratching my head to the point where oh my God, it just felt like needles was just pricking me in my head, and I just could not get the scratch. Like, I couldn't get the itch away. Like, I was just itching my chest. My chest was just itching me so bad. And I'm like, I got to be having an allergic reaction to this medicine. I'm like, can these antibiotics, like, cause you to itch real bad? Because I can't stop scratching. And she was like, it can. I think we're going to put you on some Benadryl. And I think that was the only reason why they kept me, because they was trying to make sure that I didn't have a real bad allergic reaction to the antibiotics that they put me on. And when they gave me the Benadryl, they transferred me from the triage room that they had me in into a regular delivery room. And when I tell y'all, when they gave me that Benadryl through my IV, I was knocked out. I was knocked out. I didn't even know that I had went to sleep. And that was around like 12 at night, 12 in the morning. Yeah, like 12 in the morning. And I was gone. Like, I was asleep. I didn't even know that I had went to sleep. And I was like sleeping through my contractions because I was still having contractions, because when they finally came back in at like 5, no, it was 4 in the morning, like 4:30 in the morning, and the actual doctor came in to check my cervix to see if I had made any progress. It was 4:30 in the morning, and she was like, well, yeah, you're at a 5, so I'm gonna go ahead and bring your water. Y'all, when I tell you I was so happy, I was just like, okay, it's crunch time. I'm ready. So she broke my water, and I knew then that I needed to call my boyfriend and tell him to hurry up and get to the hospital, because from the hospital to his house, he stayed basically an hour away. So I knew then that my labor probably would go fast since she broke my water. So I called him and I'm like, well, you need to go ahead and come because she just broke my water. I'm still having contractions. Alea could be here anytime now. So, he's like, okay, I'm on my way. Me and my mama and my sister are coming, so just hold her. Just hold her in as long as you can. So I'm like, okay, I got you. I ain't worried. She should come within the next 3-4 hours. Well, how the fuck do I keep on doing this to myself? I mean, I don't understand. Y'all, she broke my water, and within 10 minutes, my contractions got so bad to the point where I was just like, fuck it. I have to have an epidural. Like, I have got to, because they kept on asking me ever since I got there, did I want anything for pain management, any kind of pain medicine or epidural, and I told them, no, I don't want it. I don't want to do anything like that. I just want to go natural. And I had been doing good. But when she broke my water, my contractions went from a 5, 6 to a 20. So I ended up telling her, like, I need the epidural, like, right now. And if y'all hear her, like, she's eating right now. So yeah. But I told her, like, I have to get the epidural. Like, I can't do it. I'm sorry. Like, the contractions just got so bad. Like, I'm like, I don't know what to do. Like, I can't do it. And it just seemed like the anesthesiologist was taking so long to get there. And it took her about 20 minutes to get there after I had told her that I wanted to have an epidural. And she came there and to give me the epidural, I signed the papers and everything. And she was just like, you know, sit down and bend over, and she gave me a pillow to like hunch over. And you know, you have to be like really still when you're getting an epidural because it could cause you to be paralyzed if they, if you move the wrong way and they make a mistake or whatever. So, the whole time that she was giving me the epidural, and putting the needle in and everything, I was having contractions back to back, and they were like horrible. Like, I can't even explain it. Like, the labor with her was way worse than the labor that I had with her brothers. So she had gave me the epidural, and the lady was like, with a nurse, she was like, well, just let me know when it kicks in, and I'm gonna go ahead and put the catheter in you. And I was like, okay, cool. I was like, okay, I'll let you know. And it didn't kick in. It did not kick in. Like, she's like, literally, we're sitting right there for 30 minutes straight waiting for it to kick in, and it never kicked in. I could feel it like making my legs numb, but everything else, I felt it. I felt my contractions still, and I'm just right there just like bawling, crying because the pain was getting so bad. And I'm like, it's not working. And she was like, well, let me call the anesthesiologist back and see if she can come back and see if she did something wrong and do it again or something like that. And I'm like, please, like, do something. So she called the lady, and the lady was like, just up the dose, up the medicine. So she's steady upping the medicine, and it's still not working. And she's like, what's going on? Like, why isn't it not working? So she was just like, well, let me check you. Let me check you again and see if, you dilated anymore, and that could be the reason why it's not working for you. Y'all, tell me how I was at a 10. From 4:30 to around 6, I had went to a 10. A 10, just like that. Like, just like that. And the contractions are still coming. Like, I'm just like, are you kidding me? Like, I just went and had this epidural for no reason, for it not to work. And I might as well should have just went natural. Like, really? So she called the doctor and told her, like, you need to come back. She's at a 10. This baby is coming. So the doctor is supposed to be coming. All of these nurses are coming in, and I'm just still having contractions. And finally, her dad comes in the room, and I'm just like, thank God he made it, because everything is happening so fast. So it literally took the doctor 30 minutes to get there. 30 minutes to get there. And I'm like, are you kidding me? Like, you see, I'm at a 10. I'm literally telling these people, I have to push. I gotta push. I feel her right there. I have to push. And they're steady telling me, no, don't push. She's coming. The doctor is coming. Please don't push. And I'm getting irritated by the minute because I'm like, I'm finna push. I can't hold her head anymore. Like, she's right there. I can feel her. So the doctor finally comes in. She's getting ready. She's getting prepped and everything. And I'm crying because this pain is horrible. And I'm going to enter a clip. And I didn't push long at all. Like, I didn't push long at all. I maybe pushed about 10 minutes, if that. Because, like I said, she was right there. The only problem was, like, every time I pushed, she would just keep, and I stopped, she just kept on coming back in. And that was annoying the crap out of me. But, yeah, I didn't push long at all. But like I said, I'm going to enter a clip in the next scene and let y'all see when she finally came out.
Thank you. That's good.
So in the total of active labor, you guys, I was in labor for about 7 to 8 hours. And my labor was pretty, it was okay. It was just irritating about the fact that the epidural didn't work and it was just pointless for me to get it. But I do recommend the Midwives Brew. Of course, don't just do this method without consulting your doctor and getting the okay to go ahead and induce yourself if need be. But yeah, like I said, I will put the ingredients down below in the description box so you guys can, you know, try it out if you want. At the end of the day, do what's best for you and your baby. People are going to tell you all the time, don't do this and don't do that. But at the end of the day, you have to do what's best for you and your child. Period. Okay, thank you guys for watching. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know what you guys think about my videos and everything. Yeah. But I love you guys. Bye-bye.